everybody, welcome back to my channel. So the last time, as you can tell by the title, this is going to be an update on how I've been as a single first-time mom. My daughter just made 15 months. I can't believe it. She's getting so big. I feel like I'm going to blink and she's going to be too. So I'm going to be, last time I did this video, I think it was like called like first 60 days or something like that as a first-time mom. I literally can't remember. But this is like a follow-up to that video. I won't make this video as lengthy as that one, but of course, just like that one, I'm going to be really, really real. I'm going to actually really tell my current experience as being a single first-time mom for 15 months. So I'm going to go over a few topics. I want to go over, how she's doing. But before I jump into that, you guys, I'll link that video at the top that I just referenced. And then also I did do my labor and delivery video. For those who don't know, my daughter is a preemie. So that video will be linked down in the description box. So yeah, I'm going to talk about, how I'm doing, how she's doing, where we are developmental wise, co-parenting, finances. I'm going to go through the whole bit, because I do these videos in hopes of helping other first-time single moms. But I was about to say, I'll say that later. So first thing first, how is she doing? So she's doing really well. She actually, this morning, we had a doctor's appointment for her 15-month checkup, so she had to get a shot, check her weight, her head size, her length, and everything. She is on track. She is doing well given how early she was born. What else? We're still in physical therapy. We're not going as often because they feel like where she is. So Summer Rose is 15 months. Her adjusted age is 11 months and 1 week. I use this app called Cuptail to keep track of her. So yeah, she's 15 months. But her adjusted age is 11 months and 2 weeks. So she doesn't go to PTS often because she is where she would be had she been 11 months. She may be like slightly behind, but she's on track to where she would be. So we don't go as often. She does have an evaluation coming up that checks her physical, physical, occupational, and speech. So that is coming up next week, actually. So I'm really anxious about that. I'm going to try to film as much as I can of that. I think that'd be a good video to show. So she does have an evaluation coming up. The last time we had this evaluation is the reason why she ended up in physical therapy in the first place. Because her last evaluation, they said that she had a high risk of having cerebral palsy. When I was a teenager, I worked at a home with people who had cerebral palsy, but they had a more severe case of it. But while I was at the doctor's office, they educated me that cerebral palsy looks different on everybody, just like autism looks different on everybody, or any type of disability looks different on everybody. So I had my moment with that, but we got her in physical therapy. She's crawling now. She's trying to stand on her own. We're not yet walking, but super soon. She has 2 teeth on the bottom, 2 coming in on the top. She expresses herself. She can't talk, but she very much will tell you when she's like something, she doesn't want something. When she wants something, she's very attached to her mama, which I do love. She's in daycare. I feel like she has a great time at daycare, but she's showing signs that she has a great time at daycare. She smiles, she's loud, she's silly, she's spicy. She's doing really, 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 really well. I'm very proud of her. As far as how I'm doing okay. I feel like I'm navigating this as best as I can, which is all I can do. I just feel like I have my moments when I feel like I'm not being a good mom, or I feel like I'm not being the mom that I feel like I should be, or I'm not providing in the way that I should be, whether that be financially or emotionally or physically or whatever. I feel like, I have my moments with that. I do have what they call mom guilt. I do grapple with that a little bit, but overall I feel like I'm doing okay. I do have I have a very, very small village, but I do have a village, and I do have people that encourage me. I do have people that love me and love my daughter. And I feel like that's what's most important, is that even though for the most part it's just her and I haven't come to the point to where I truly feel alone, which is a blessing. It's such a blessing. I know I pray. I've been trying to get more consistent with my spiritual journey. But whenever I really do feel like my anxiety has just taken over, I pray and I journal. I write down how I'm feeling, and I try to get it out, and I try to reason with it. I try to find some type of light in it, and that helps me a lot. Um, Now, the financial part, of course, it is hard being a single mom and taking on all of her medical bills. I pay for daycare; it's so expensive to pay for daycare, and then you have to take care of yourself and do things. But I feel like when I look at my daughter, and she makes it all worth it. She makes the hustle so much. When you're a parent, that hustle is so much more heightened, because there's this little itty bitty person that literally depends on you. So I feel like she makes the hustle so much worth it. My daughter lacks absolutely nothing, and I am so blessed for that. I'm blessed, with everything that we have. The car, even though Lord knows I need a new car. The car, where we live, I'm blessed to have found a daycare where I actually trust them with my child. I did cry the first time she went to daycare. I cry almost every time she goes to daycare, because you're putting your trust, you're putting your most prized possession in a stranger's hands, which is your child, which is my baby. So, I have my moments with that too. God knows I wish I could just stay home with her all day, but I can't do that. I'm a full-time working mama. So yeah, overall, I think I'm doing okay. I have my days. There are moments when I get really emotional and I just cry. I actually had a loss in my family. I lost somebody who was very, very special to me. It was like a sister to me. And, I cry over her randomly. I cry for my child randomly. I just try my best to just do my best. And I think that's why God has blessed me the way He has, and has kept me and covered me the way He has, is because He knows that I'm giving it all I got. I give my child all I have. I'm not very happy with my body right now. For those who, I mentioned this I don't know when I mentioned this, but I mentioned this when I announced to you guys that I was pregnant, about my fibroids, and that I have to get them removed, and also it's like I'm a lot heavier, and I just don't like my body these days. So I'm dealing with that. Just the way I see my body just hasn't been the best. But how I deal with that, I try to keep my hair done, keep my nails done, keep my toes done, keep my makeup done. Just try my best to just always look my best. What else? Co-parenting. And this is in no way to bash her father. In no way. No one even knows who my daughter's father is, thankfully. But co-parenting is a part of my life that is very unhealthy. It's a very unhealthy part of my life. I think when it comes to co-parenting, like, just to be totally transparent, her dad and I don't get along whatsoever. And I think that what really gets me with the co-parenting is that I don't want to be the cause of any trauma to my child. I don't want my child to have to heal from something that was the cause of me, or her father. To be totally honest, I don't want either one of us to cause any trauma for the child that we made. It's just, co-parenting is a part of my life that I wish to ignore. I'm kind of at the point where I'd rather just ignore it. I'd rather just act like it isn't there, because it's like, at the end of the day, if it's making me unhappy, I'm afraid that that'll pour out onto my child, make my child unhappy. And I would rather not deal with something altogether rather than, continuously try to be understanding and be accommodating and put my wants and needs to the side to try to navigate this role that it's very jagged and just very uncertain, and there's no consistency, and it's like it's like walking on hot coal barefoot. It's very unappealing. So when it comes to co-parenting, I'm in a space where it's either I just let go and let God, or I'm going to continue in this cycle that I'm in, which is extremely unhealthy. Extremely unhealthy. And at the end of the day, it's like my daughter, she's paramount. And I think that sometimes people need to take themselves. When you have a child with somebody, I think that it's beneficial to take your emotions out of it and just do what's best for the child. And I think that her father just hasn't learned that yet, which is okay. I'm not here to teach anybody anything other than my daughter. That's the only person I'm here to teach in this world. I'm not here to teach. Other than that, I'm not here to teach anybody anything. I'm not here to do one of these to anybody. I'm not here to do any of that. But when it comes to co-parenting, I will update you guys hopefully on a later date if it turns around. We're just not at that space yet. What else do I have to update you guys on? Just from then to now, I feel a lot better, and I think that's progress. I don't feel the same way then. Well, some aspects I do. I have to rewatch that video, but I'm not as hurt as I was back then. For those who have seen that video, I'm quite sure you could tell how hurt I was, but I'm not as hurt as I was back then. I've kind of just grew this thick layer of skin where it's like at the end of the day, I'm her mother. And I have to just push through. And do I think that that's fair? No, because I feel like there's generational curses that I'm trying to break. And I see similarities in what's going on now to my childhood, which doesn't make me the happiest, but I know that as a mom and as a woman and as a Black woman, I'm doing everything I feel I need to do to ensure that my daughter is, and for those if anybody's watching this and you have met my baby, I have the bounciest, happiest little baby, and I want to keep it that way. Like, my daughter is just the bounciest, happy, rambunctious little thing. She's crazy, and I love that. I have such a happy baby, and I think that that's proof that I'm on the right track of doing what I need to do, and that I need not worry about what others aren't doing. My mother is an amazing, amazing, phenomenal, outstanding, 10 out of 10, highly recommend, top tier support system. And I'm grateful for that. We're loved. And I have a very small but a very great village, like I said. So from that video to this video, I feel a lot better. Of course, there's going to be new challenges. She's only 15 months. We're soon going to be in the toddler stage. And, with everything that's going on right now in my life, personally, I just, I'm in this place where it's like I'm just letting life just do whatever it's going to do, because I don't have the energy. I don't have the energy to really fight anything. Right now, my main priority is peace. I just want peace. I want peace. I want to be able to feel like, I got this, but it's okay that I don't, because if I don't have it, I know God does. So I'm okay with that. I can't wait to start decorating for Christmas. We went to Target today and we got the tree. which is the big box you see behind the high chair. That's the tree and some ornaments and stuff. I'm ready for this year to come to an end. I'm ready to see what 2024 has in store for me and my daughter. So yeah, I think that's all the update that I have. I really want to answer some questions. If you guys have some questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments, and I'll just answer them in the comments. Or if I get a lot of questions, at least 10, I'll do a Q&A video. So yeah, I hope that these videos help somebody. I really want to dig more into the co-parenting thing in another video, but that's just where I am. If you guys have any co-parenting tips, I would love them as well. What else? I think that's it. I love you all to absolute pieces. It feels great to be back. This is how I'm gonna film. I'm gonna film whenever I can while she's asleep. Probably like Sunday nights, Saturday nights. I'm gonna film while she's asleep. I do have a list of videos planned. So yeah, I really want to answer some questions if you guys have them. I love you. Oh, I burped. Excuse me. I love you all to absolute pieces. Stay healthy. You know, I really care about you guys. You guys have always shown you guys care about me. You know, take care of yourselves, and I will see you guys really, really soon. Mwah.